right, let's get to talking about some Five Nights at Freddy's. Or, if you guys saw my video yesterday, you will know that there is currently an event going on right now. So currently, there's an event going on in Italy where FNaF has this giant box with the FNaF poster on the side, as you can see, this guy's pointing it out right here. And that box is gonna open in like 3 hours. Something's lurking inside this mysterious structure. Appointment tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. To discover it together. So there is something inside of this box that Universal is going to reveal. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna be inside the box. However, I think a lot of people could probably guess there's probably not a trailer in that box. Let's be honest here. Unless there is a TV, a gigantic TV playing a trailer, I don't think whatever this surprise is going to be a trailer. I've seen some people say it's a giant music box. I think that would be really cool. And like a giant puppet animatronic can maybe like emerge out of it. That'd be super sick. I will say the box and like the promotion around this event does go kind of hard. This FNaF bike here goes absolutely hard as hell. You got Emma's art up there, Snartles, shout out to Emma. And you got the Freddy on the wheel, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza on the bike right there. It seems like it's raining there, so I kind of doubt they'd have anyone out there in like a costume. Kind of like what they had at New York Comic Con with like Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie. So I don't think it's going to be anything like that. However, there is something else going on. It does seem like we might get new posters though. You guys may have seen, but last night, Universal Studios Hollywood, there were some new posters that people spotted of Toy Freddy and Toy Chica. Boom, these things. Literally like 10 p.m. last night, we got the report there are brand new FNaF 2 movie posters up at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's got Toy Freddy, it's got Toy Chica. Interestingly enough, only those two characters. No Toy Bonnie, no Mangle, just those two. Someone said it looks like a thumbnail. It does look like a thumbnail. Honestly, it looks like the perfect aspect ratio for a thumbnail. This got people even more excited because people were like, oh, at least there's new posters and it kind of looks like a thumbnail. Maybe this will be the thumbnail for the next trailer, the next full-length trailer, the final trailer. Even if it's not being revealed at that event in Italy, maybe we're still gonna get it because it's Halloween. That's what we said in the video. We're like, hey, Scream 7 got a trailer on Halloween Eve. Makes perfect sense to release a trailer for a horror film on Halloween. Plus, you see how many other franchises are releasing their things today. Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 reveal, Bendy the Cage teaser trailer. And you know, it doesn't end there, because we got individual character posters at Universal Studios Hollywood as well. Individual posters of Toy Freddy and Toy Chica behind the curtain. Not only are we getting individual character posters, which if you remember, was something we got when we got the first teaser trailer for FNaF. Also, one of the brand new posters looks like a YouTube thumbnail. Really got people excited again. All right, seems like we are getting some sort of brand new content for Halloween for this movie. Even if it's not at the Italy event, you know, that might be its own separate thing. It looks like Universal is gearing up for some more marketing, some more, you know, promotional push, featuring new posters, new individual character posters, and hopefully that final full-length trailer. Where's Toy Bonnie? Where's MatPat? Matthew Patrick, the human condom himself. Right before we went live, we got the report that a Toy Bonnie character poster was spotted on eBay, as well as those other two posters also showing up on eBay. I guess someone just stole them from Universal Hollywood. Look at him in all of his glory. He's also pulling the curtain away. So hopefully pretty soon we can get that final trailer. So yeah, that's pretty much all the updates. There's an event going on in Italy, which is teasing some big surprise in about 3 hours from now. And then we also have Universal putting up brand new movie posters and individual character posters at Universal Hollywood. Presumably gearing up for another big marketing push. If you guys saw, they had previously the old FNaF 2 poster with the Faz Talker. They had that on display at Halloween Horror Nights. So they had the old Faz Talker poster up around Universal Hollywood. But now, they have these new posters. Again, gearing up for some brand new marketing push, which hopefully is coming soon. Because honestly, you know, the movie is almost only 1 month away now. They don't have that long to advertise this movie still. And they really need people to know about it because unlike FNaF 1, which released not really among much big competition at the theater, FNaF 2 is going up against some pretty big movies. Avatar 3 is also in December, I'm pretty sure. Wicked 2, Zootopia 2 are end of November, right before FNaF 2. So they desperately need people to go see this movie. I do think it will make a bigger lifetime box office than FNaF 1, but I am starting to feel like now the opening weekend might be lower, just because of how much competition there is at the multiplex, you know? Avatar's overrated. I mean, maybe, but it also makes $1 billion every movie, so gonna definitely take away a big chunk of FNAF's box office there. I'm definitely seeing the movie. Well, that's the thing, and that's the thing I feel like a lot of FNAF fans don't understand right now, because I see every single day people on Twitter, Blumhouse needs to market, like Universal, they need to fire their marketing team, they don't know what they're doing, they need to market this movie. And it's like, bro, we are getting marketing. This is some of the craziest marketing we've ever had for FNAF. We got Halloween Horror Nights, we got a Fanta collab, Freddy Fazbear is on the main Fanta bottle, there are promotions in Italy, there are promotions in Mexico. Like, they need worldwide marketing, not condensed marketing targeted at a specific audience. FNAF fans are already going to see the movie. That's not the problem. They need to reach wider general audiences to be like, hey, this movie's good now, we promise. You go watch it in theaters. Because if it does bad at the movies, like, they don't have a Peacock day and date agreement to kind of save themselves with. Because if you guys remember, the deal that Blumhouse had by sending FNAF 1 day and date on Peacock, that pretty much made the production budget back. That deal. Jason Blum said that deal made it even. So anything they got from the theaters was like pretty much a net positive. But now, it's going right to theaters. They don't have any deal to save themselves if this movie doesn't make back its money. I do think it will. I'm not saying this because I don't think it will. I do think it will. This movie needs to be big if they want to keep making more movies and spin-offs and stuff like that. The success of FNAF 2, more than anything, will really determine how far this film franchise is going to go. If it doesn't do that good, maybe we're going to get a FNAF 3 and maybe a spin-off after that. But if it does really well, that's when we get that second trilogy. That's when we get, like, film shows, and it really opens it up. That's my spiel. I've been looking a lot into, like, the analytics and the box office trackings for FNAF 2, because, again, the fate of this film franchise is kind of in the hands of how well it does. And there are estimates right now. I haven't made, like, posts about them just because we're still so far away. I wanted to wait until, like, tickets went on sale to really talk about estimates for FNAF 2. But Box Office Pro says the domestic opening weekend range will be about 50 to 65 million, which is really good, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty far off from FNAF 1's 80 million opening for the first film. They do predict, like I said, that it's gonna do better in the long run than FNAF 1, but that opening weekend and that drop is really gonna dictate how well this second film does. So, getting a little bit nerdy here, folks, but honestly, I love talking about box office and earnings and stuff like that, so I am very intrigued to see how FNAF 2 is going to go, and I am following it very closely. Think it'll be a good movie, though? I mean, yeah, but also, having a movie be good doesn't really translate to ticket sales anymore in terms of, like, movies that we're seeing recently, you know? I want this movie to be 2 hours. Will they change the runtime? Nope. In fact, like, every other day, we're seeing a new theater chain add that 1 hour, 44-minute runtime to their website, so it seems like that's going to be the final runtime, which is disappointing, but I also got a lot of comments on my previous video that's like, oh no, it's only 6 minutes shorter, like, FNAF fans, like, are so whiny. It's like, I mean, I don't know, I feel like there's so much going on in this movie. Oh, there's so much going on in this movie. It is not unfair to be upset by a shorter runtime, especially because I rewatched the FNAF movie last week, and that film goes by quick, so unless, like, the filmmakers really got good at their pacing, it does kind of concern me, I'm not gonna lie. I saw a lot of people that are like, a short movie doesn't have to be, you know, doesn't mean it's gonna be a bad movie, and then gave like a bunch of examples. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the specific instance of the FNAF movie, because it is the same cast and crew. It's the same crew, actually. I should call that out specifically. It's the same crew, and already they kind of struggled a bit with maintaining good pacing here in the first film. So unless they really honed their craft, I think it's fair to be worried. I get there are short films that are still good. I'm not trying to be like a doomer here. I do think it's going to be good, and I am sure they took feedback from the first film to better the film. Will there be buckets for the movie near every theater? I know one theater that is getting buckets. Plus, Blumhouse they've been churning out their buckets. Megan had buckets, Black Phone 2 had buckets. They would be, silly, goofy even, to not have not have buckets. You think we'll get posters of the Wizards? I really do hope so. It's gonna be interesting because it seems like they're really going all ham on the toys. They're really hiding the Wizards from posters and stuff, because at this point we've gotten 3 sets of posters all with the toys. 4 technically if you want to count Faz Talker because it's Toy Freddy. We had Toy Freddy behind the curtain, Faz Talker, animatronics poking out of the 2, and then the animatronics poking out from the curtain. I would hope to get posters of the Wizards because I feel like those would go so hard, but it might be another thing where it's like they kind of want to save those characters as like surprises, even though we have seen them.